Sorry about that, Kitty. We just don't have one. Let's have me.
Thanks for calling Social Security. How can I help you?
Yeah, I got a missed call just a few minutes ago. I'm returning the call I got earlier.
Okay. May I have your first name, last name, and zip code?
Yeah, my first name is Christopher. That's Christopher. Now you can call me Christopher. You can call me Chris. Just don't call me Christy. And don't call me Chrissy. Those are girls' names.
Okay, Christopher. May I have your last name?
My last name is McDonald. McDonald. Like the hamburger place. You got a McDonald's near you?
Yeah, got it. McD.
Yeah, McDonald's. That's my favorite hamburger. They're cheap, too. Of course, I'm a cheapskate.
Uh-huh.
So what's going on?
Let me check. First of all, verify me your zip code.
Okay, my zip code. You're asking for my zip code is 78741.
Got it, Christopher.
That's good.
So right now you are in Austin, Texas, correct?
That is correct. I'm a Southerner.
Okay.
I'm a Texan. I'm a proud Texan. I love my state. I love my country.
Oh, that's great. So, Christopher, the reason you were contacted today to inform you regarding some legal enforcement action fall on your Social Security because we have found many suspicious activities going on. So, did you receive any calls from the law enforcement?
No, I didn't because I see them every day. I pass by their station. I always drop by and say hi on my way to work. So, no, they ain't done nothing about it or anything. I hadn't heard nothing about it.
Uh-huh. Okay. So before I can provide you any case information, are you able to grab a pen and piece of paper right now?
Well, I got a pen. Let's see if I can find some paper here. Just a second. Is this what I want? I got some scrap paper here. Oh, yeah, this one I'll take, I think. Wait a minute. Is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, my name is Brian Gomez.
Brian Gomez. We got a lot of Gomez's here in Texas.
Yeah, it is. And noted down my federal ID. My federal ID is 74-2. So, Christopher, we found your social information on the south border of Texas to do criminal activities like drug trafficking and money laundering. So, I want to record that. Are you doing this or someone else is using your information?
You're asking me if I'm doing drugs? Me? That's funny. Everyone knows me as a boring, straight-laced guy. I don't even drink alcohol, let alone anything else. The only drugs I take are aspirin. That's hilarious.
So you don't even take beer as well?
Oh, no, I don't drink beer. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink wine. I don't drink champagne. I don't drink whiskey. I don't drink anything. I don't even drink NyQuil. You know what NyQuil is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got alcohol in it as well. And I mean, when I got a cold, I just sit through it. I don't even take any medicine.
That's great, Christopher. It means that someone else is using your information, correct?
Oh, I guess. I reckon. I hadn't heard nothing about it. So I'm glad you called, though, because it shows you're on the case and you're going to try to find the culprit. Because I got insurance with that, I can't remember the name of it, but they always call me whenever there's a potential problem with my credit card. So obviously it's working if you called me.
Mm-hmm. So, Christopher, I want to know that, have you ever lost your wallet in past?
Oh, no, I love my money too much to lose my wallet. I tell you, I guard that wallet with my life. I won't even let my wife touch it. And she gets kind of mad at me because I don't let her touch it, you know.
Oh, that's great. And Like, have you provided your social security number to anyone, like your friends, neighbor, relative, or any person
Well,
that you remember?
I'll tell you this much: no one's ever asked me for it, so I guess I ain't. I ain't never done that before. Well, I mean, I can't think
Doing
of
great.
nothing more boring than asking someone what their social number is. I never would ask somebody that question. That's for sure.
Sure. And apart from this, have you put your social security number in any websites?
No, not that I can remember, unless it was a bank or something, but even then, it's
Mm-hmm.
secure, so it,
Okay. And apart from this, in your file, Christopher, for the money laundering to do illegal wire transfer from here to Mexico and Colombia, the narco profiting countries, there are total 12 bank accounts open under your name, under your social information. So I want to record that. Are you using 12 bank accounts?
No, I'm hardly using just one right now. I'll tell you, if they got those 12
Okay.
bank accounts in my name, I'd sure like to have some of the money.
Okay. So it means that you have only one bank account and the rest of 11 bank accounts are fake?
I reckon so, because unless they got someone else by my name, because McDonald is a
Mm-hmm.
common name, and it's very
Yeah,
possible, but it ain't
totally
mine.
understand.
Ain't mine. It's all I can do to keep my own and my wife's account straight. She always wants to take money
Uh-huh.
out of my account, and I keep telling her she
Mm-hmm.
got a job. She don't need my money none.
Okay. And Christopher, to differentiate that this is your original account, this is the only account that belongs to you, we want to know that what is the approximate balance right now so we can see that this is your original bank account so we don't freeze your bank account.
Well, let me get my checkbook. Let me just give me a second
Yeah,
while I
sure.
take a look at
Sure,
it.
take your time.
Yeah. I know I took my wife out for her birthday the other night and I spent about $200, which is more than I normally spend, but it was a special
Uh,
birthday for her,
okay.
She
When
doesn't.
was your birth?
I'm sorry.
When was your birthday?
I didn't. Well, mine's not till. Oh gosh, probably March. I don't even have birthdays no more because I'm getting too old for them. But yeah,
Yeah.
she said this was her last birthday too. She was tired of getting old, so we just had a little fun
Okay.
and went out to
Uh-huh.
dinner, and then we went to a movie, and then we went out.
Uh-huh.
We drove
Uh,
all the way to. Well, where did we go? Anyway,
mhm.
we went somewhere. I can't remember. When you get old, your memory starts fading.
Okay.
So
So I
anyway,
believe that there was a good day.
oh yeah, we had a great time. She's a good wife. I love her
Yeah.
so much. She's one of the sweetest
Uh,
ladies, most honest person you could ever
mhm.
meet in your life. I tell you, I trust her with
Mhm.
my life. I haven't been so honest at times, but she still loves me no matter
Uh,
what.
you're such a sweetheart person.
Well, I try to be. I'm not always that sweet though.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
I
here.
thought
So
I
you have
lost
the
you.
balance.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just got off the talking so much. I wasn't even paying attention. Let's see. It's out after that $200 or so, or 300
Uh-huh.
I spent. I think I got about. Let's see. It looks like about $2,378.07, something like that.
Some like that.
Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah,
Eh,
that's how we
And
talk in these
apart
parts. What?
and apart from this bank, you don't have any bank account, correct?
No, that's the only bank I have.
That's only you bank you
The
have.
only one
And you
I would
told me
use.
you are not doing this, and someone else is using your information, correct, Christopher?
I assume, because I certainly ain't got 11 or 12 bank accounts, I'll tell you.
Okay, I record your statement. So, as you told me that you are not doing this and someone else is using your information, and even I believe that you are suffering from identity theft. So, for your further help, Christopher, I only can do one thing. Like I can transfer your line with the DEA Department, Drug Enforcement Administration. They are the authorized person who can help you out. So if you cooperate with them, they're gonna find the real culprit as soon as possible so that you can clear your name from this sensitive case of yours. Okay? So it's
Okay.
all depend upon you that how you're gonna cooperate with them. Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So stay connected. I'm going to connect your line automatically with them. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Christopher.
You have
Stay
a nice
connected.
day. You have a nice day.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for holding the line. Your line has been transferred to the senior audit attorney. This is Victor Parker.
Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. You said the senior what?
My name is Victor Parker. I'm the senior audit
Vic.
attorney from D.E.A.
Okay, how you spell that?
My first and last name.
Both. I'm not a good speller.
Okay. V as in woman, I as in Indiana, C as in Charlie, T as in Tango, O as in Oscar, R as in Romeo.
Okay, that's Victer. Is that what you said?
No, it's O-R, O like Oscar.
Oh, okay. You were going kind of fast, and I'm not a good. My handwriting's not good. I got kind of a bad hand. I was injured during one of the wars we had, and sometimes I have trouble writing. So anyway, your first name is Victor. What did you say your last name was?
Parker.
Parker. Like parking the car? Like Parker?
Correct.
Okay, Victor Parker. And now what did you say your position was?
I'm senior audit attorney from D.E.A.
Okay, I heard senior audit, but I didn't hear the rest of it. What'd you say?
Attorney.
I'm sorry. Could you spell it for me? I still having trouble hearing you.
Senior audit attorney.
Audit, I did it. All I'm hearing is audit.
Okay. Let me tell you simple language. Senior audit lawyer from D.E.A.
Oh, so you're the senior. Oh, you're a lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Where'd you get your degree?
From California.
Really? University of Southern California or UCLA?
Correct.
Which one?
What?
Which one? I said UCLA or USC, and you said correct.
No, I just said correct to that thing. I'm just asking you that you are a lawyer. I just said yes, correct.
Why are you calling me a liar? I'm trying to help you out here. What's going on?
Okay. This point of time, there is a case file against your name.
Really? Why would they do something like that? Who's that? Why would it be against me since somebody stole my identity? I think it'd be against the identity thief.
Now, your identity has been stolen.
Right.
Did you write any police complaint?
Well, I didn't know it had been stolen until I talked with that really nice young gentleman earlier. That's when he told me. I hadn't heard nothing about it.
So you think that is a government mistake, that you never heard about that?
I have no idea. I mean, the government makes mistakes all the time, so it wouldn't surprise me. You know, the bigger the government is, the more mistakes they make, and then it takes them 5 years to correct them. But besides that, I ain't got no idea about it. So, but why would you do something against me if I'm not the one who committed the crime?
But right now the courthouse believes that you have been involved in these kind of activities because there is a case file against your name. Your personal social information has been used.
Well,
and there is a case registered under your name for drug trafficking and money laundering.
Now, what's money laundering? I've heard of that, but I never quite understood what it was. Can you explain it to me?
Sure. Money laundering is a charges in which you have been transferred or sending the funds out of another state without informing the government. It means that a transaction has been done for a black money is called a money laundering.
Sounds like you were reading that. I don't know. It still don't make no sense to me. I'm kind of slow. You know, that's what all my friends say. They tell me they say, Chris, you're awfully slow, and it does take me a while to get things. So you got to be kind of patient. It sounded like you were just reading it out of a law book, and I'm not a lawyer. So I don't know nothing about the law. So what does that mean exactly?
It means that, in simple words, using a black money, done transaction of a black money.
What's black money? Never heard of that before. My money's green.
The money which you are hide from the government.
I tell you, what little money I got, the government knows all about it. So there's no way I could have hidden nothing. I think what they're trying to tell you is they're searching for the culprit. They'd be going against him, not against me, because I didn't do nothing.
But right now we can only work as per the regulation, and as per the regulation, your information has been used.
Well, sure, that's probably true because they stole my identity. Yeah.
Let me tell you, sir. Just listen to me carefully.
I'll listen very carefully. I'm a good listener. What?
Yes. If you are saying that you are willing to cooperate with the federal officer and to proceed further to clear your name from this sensitive case, then I'm more than happy to help you out.
Well,
so are you willing to cooperate with the federal government and the federal officer?
I most certainly am. You know why? Because I'm a veteran. I served my country. I served in Desert Storm. I served in Vietnam. And I love my country, and I'll do anything to help my government out. Even though the government messes up so many times anyway, and they probably messed up on this one, I'm more than happy to help you.
Perfect. Now let me make you aware how it's going to be done. First of all, we need to get your case filed and arrest warrant cancelled. And thereafter, your old social security number will be suspended under your name, and a new social security number will be allotted to you. Now, once we will suspend your old social security number, we will put your old social security number under the surveillance by the investigation bureau. So when somebody tries to use it to rent a car, to open an account, to rent a house, then it is U.S. Marshal will immediately raid that place and catch those people. Now, once we catch the real culprit who was doing that, I will personally give you the details. Who was that? What was the motto of that? And from where they got your information? Got it?
Kinda. I was having a little trouble understanding you. Now is this the first time the Social Security Administration's ever suspended a number? Because I ain't never heard nothing like that before. They don't even talk about that on the news, and usually the news media is always telling stuff that I don't really care to know about, and that's one of them probably. But I ain't never heard nothing, not in the newspaper, not on the news. I thought once you got your social number, what?
Yes, the reason is because on some kind of critical cases, only the social has been changed. You cannot change your social randomly. Only the official government organization have an authority to change. And that is only been done if you has been victim of identity theft and your identity has been stolen to harm our nation. Then and then only your social has been changed.
Okay, now the question I have is, I just rented a car over the weekend because my car was it wasn't working very, very good, and they never asked me for my social number. They only asked me for a credit card. So is that something new that these auto companies are doing? They're asking for social security numbers? Because that seems kind of like an invasion of privacy.
Now let me tell you, sir. Some does not ask you for your social because might be they know you. But if you going for another city and you rented a car, then they will definitely ask your social.
I've never had that. I've rented probably 50 cars in my life, and they ain't never asked me for my social. That's a new one on me. Whoever asked that jerk for a social security number, they didn't know what the heck they were doing. I've never heard of that before. My wife used to work for a rental car company, and she told me everything that ever went on over there. Some stories I didn't even want to hear she told me about, but she never once got anyone's social number. She just got their credit card. Sometimes she took their driver's license, but never got a social. So this must be something pretty new. It's really rather odd, I think.
But yes, because might be they put a doubt on those persons who might be they will ask you the social.
Yeah, I think whoever asked that person for a social, they should have been fired because I ain't never heard anyone doing something like that before.
Okay, so at this point of time, what we need to do is we need to suspend your old social security number and provide you a new social security number. But before that, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you have doubt on somebody who will try to take a revenge from you by using your personal social information?
You mean, you think, are you asking me if I think someone might have done it to get back at me for something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have no enemies except maybe the communists when I was fighting in Vietnam, but everyone loves me in my neighborhood. We got a bunch of nice people. You could trust them with your life, and they'll give you the shirt off of your back if you need it. And that's happened to me a few times, and I've given my shirt off my back to people. It's just the way we are. We're good people in our town. So I can't imagine anyone wanting to do it to get back at me. Whoever it was probably just an evil, dishonest thief who probably wouldn't know the truth if he sat on it. Uh, I don't like thieves. I don't like liars. And these people who steal stuff, I think they all ought to be sent to prison for life. Don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, especially people who steal money. We had a bank robbery the other day, and this guy, he went in and he stole he got away with just $1,000 because I guess they got him before that. But I'm thinking you could all the time you spend committing a crime, you could be using on a real job, earning real money. But instead, this guy thinks he can just go into a bank and rob it, and then he got caught anyway, ends up in jail. What good is that? So this guy's obviously a loser. Anyone who do anything like that, anyone who steals, anyone who lies, they belong in jail. That's the way I look at it. They're lazy, don't you think so? People who steal are lazy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sound very convinced.
Come to the bottom of the line.
What?
Come to the bottom of the line.
I can't hear you. What?
On the case.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. Your voice went down lower. I can't hear you.
I'm saying that let's come to the case point.
Okay.
So at this point of time, we don't know who was the real culprit. The real culprit could be anybody.
I see.
If you have no doubt on anybody, it could be anybody.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
It means that your family, friends, relatives.
Oh no, not my family. They wouldn't do that because they know I'd horsewhip them if they did. I don't put up with stuff like that.
You have trust on that, but right now, according to the government authority, many people whose family member have done these things. So as per the laws, we are helping you out because we don't know the real culprit. It could be anybody.
I'm sure.
And we don't want the real culprit get aware because if the real culprit get aware, they might be change their address. They might be change their state. They may be change their city. They might be not use your social anymore. Then it is very hard for us to catch them. And if we are not able to catch them, we are not able to prove you innocent inside the courthouse. So as for your benefit, we will keep this matter confidential. You also have to make sure that you do not have an authority to provide any of the case information to any third person.
Well,
it is a confidential. Let me complete, sir.
Okay,
it is a confidential conversation between you and the concerned department because in any circumstances, we don't want the real culprit get aware in anyhow.
Well, I do need to talk to my lawyer about this because I am. If you're now, are you saying they're accusing me of a crime?
Sorry.
Am I being accused still, or what? I guess I'm because I think I do need to talk to my lawyer. He keeps things confidential, but just to be on the safe side, I'm going to need to talk to my lawyer.
Sorry, but at this point of time, your lawyer is also considered a third party because we don't know. We are not here, and we cannot trust on your lawyer. Might be a royal is a real criminal, or he was the one who was stolen your identity and given to somebody else.
But that wouldn't be in our Constitution, though, because I'm entitled to a lawyer. I mean, anyone who's involved in a criminal case will tell you we're entitled to a lawyer, even if it's a court-appointed lawyer. And so now you're wrong about that. If you work for the government, you should know that.
Let me tell you, sir.
Uh-huh.
Court appoints a lawyer, but once you are inside the courthouse, right now we are not going inside the courthouse yet, because we need to capture the real culprit. If the case will be going inside the courthouse, in tomorrow's newspaper, your name would be published.
Well, whatever. I don't know. I don't understand all this legal mumbo jumbo, but I do have a good lawyer that I trust. So he would never do. In fact, he's board certified, and he gets training every year. He's won several awards by the Austin Chamber of Commerce. So I don't have a problem with him. So I'm not worried about it.
You don't have a problem, but we have a problem. In that case, all these blames will be putting under your name, and you have to face the legal consequences.
So you're saying that even though the Constitution says I'm allowed to have a lawyer, that doesn't apply? The Constitution is wrong? It's invalid?
No. Constitution is not wrong, but the Constitution is not made for the terrorist.
It's not made for...
Now there is a terrorist.
Terrorist?
Let me tell you, sir.
Go ahead,
because
I'm sorry.
The transaction, let me tell you, sir, the funds has been wired from your account internationally, has been done for some terrorist activities.
Terrorist? Oh my gosh, that's just horrible. Well, I would never do nothing like that because I love my country.
Now, let me tell you, every single criminal gives that kind of excuses to us, but we don't hear that. So if it is better for you that you can cooperate with us, or else we have to go with the legal procedure.
Well, I just want to get taken care of. What do I need to do to take care of it?
That's what I'm explaining you.
Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead and tell me, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, first of all, let me come on the bottom of the line. You have to keep this matter confidential because in any circumstances, we need to capture the real culprit, and we don't want a single percent the real culprit get aware that you are working with the federal government. All right?
Okay.
Now, at this point of time, I need to inform the court regarding this legal issue so they can start the procedure of cancellation of your arrest warrant and the case file. Also, we have to put your cell phone under the surveillance by the investigation bureau. So, this recording is going on. So, whoever you're talking has been getting recorded. It could be go in the favor of you, it can be go against you. So make sure that.
Well, that's why I would need a lawyer present if you're recording my call, because a lawyer would tell me, he would advise me what not to say and what I could say. Because the Constitution guarantees my right to not self-incriminate myself. So I can't do that. I mean, you may want to. Ooh, gosh, did you hear that noise?
Mm-hmm.
My cat just knocked my dishes over. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, because the Constitution guarantees us against self-incrimination. So if you're recording that, I may have to remain silent.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead and tell me what I got to do. I'll decide that in a minute. I want to know what I need to do to help you out.
Sure. At this point of time, what you need to do is, as be very frank with you, we have found around 12 accounts under your name and 7 credit cards. We don't know which one is real account and which one is bogus account. So I'm just simply asking you, how many accounts you use?
Well, I was telling the other guy I only have one bank account. Now, if there are 12 other accounts in my name, I'd sure like to get the money that's in there. And I can't understand why a thief would want to use a bunch of credit cards if he's already stolen the money. That don't make no sense. But no, I don't even have a credit card. I gave up them there things about 10 years ago when I went through bankruptcy. And I decided I'd cut all my credit card, never use them again. And I tell you, I've never been happier since I got rid of them there credit cards. They ain't no good. They're bad news. And if you got them, I suggest you pay them off and you cut them up because they ain't no good.
Okay, so you only have one account and you have only one debit card, correct?
Yeah, I got a debit card, but I don't use it for credit. So those
Okay.
any
And
other credit
what
cards
is
in
the
my name?
limit?
What?
What is the limit of your debit card?
Well, I don't have a limit. It's just based on what's in my checking account.
That's what I'm asking you. What is the amount do you have in your checking account right now?
It's about $2,300. That's what I told the other guy. He wrote it down.
All right. Okay. Now, at this point of time, the bank has informed me that they are going to shut down all your bank accounts because
All my
the
bank accounts. I only got one. I only got one. They can
That's
shut
what I'm
down the rest of them
explaining
because they ain't mine. But the one that you're talking about, I guess if they want to shut it down, they can. I know everybody in that bank though. Anyway, go ahead.
Because this point of time, the code has informed me that there are many illegal and wire transaction has been done, which from those accounts locally and internationally, and some of those transactions were made in narco traffic countries to funding the terrorist organization. So that is the reason the courthouse and the government taking a strict action by shutting down all these bank accounts to stop these kind of money laundering activities. But we just talk in the code that there is one account is yours, so the code has find a way for you that you can safeguard your funds so that your hard-earned money does not get suspended. You can get it your hard-earned money, but the rest of account will be getting frozen. So how you can safeguard your funds, I will explain to you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Perfect. Now what you need to do is, because see, right now the bank account will be closed once we suspend your old social security number. So before we suspend your old social security number, you can put all these money into the temporary prepaid Visa cards, which you can find easily from any of the government certified store. Tomorrow.
What government certified stores are you talking about? I never heard of that before. There are no signs anywhere that says they're a government certified store, so you need to fill me in on that.
Just like Walmart, Target.
Walmart and Target are government certified? You got to be kidding me. That's funny.
I'm not kidding with you.
Oh, I don't believe you. You're funning me. Anyway, go ahead and go ahead and tell me what I got to do. I got to listen because I want to know what this is all about.
Okay, now let me explain to you every single thing step by step so you are not making a mistake.
Okay, I don't want to make no mistake.
Your money into the temporary debit card, which is from any of the certified stores. You can find it out, like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, any of the stores. So just do one thing. Keep your debit card with you. Go and sit inside your car. Keep your car charger with you. And give me a statement that I'm in my car. So I will explain to you which store is near to you and where from you can convert your money.
You don't know much about the weather here in Austin. We've had a cold front, an unusual cold front that came down, and there's snow on the ground, and the roads are closed because we don't know how to handle snow here. I can't even get out of my driveway. So may have to do that. But I guess I'm a little bit puzzled. Putting the government telling me to put my money in a gift card. Now let me see. Is it where I'm supposed to put
I'm not saying gift card. I'm not saying gift card. I'm saying get temporary debit card.
Oh, temporary debit card.
There is a different.
So do I give you the numbers on the debit card? Is that what you would want me to do?
Sorry. We do not have an authority to do that.
So what?
You need to convert that money by yourself. I'm just here to help you out.
Okay, so once I convert it to my debit card, how does that help you out?
We don't help it out because if the money will not in your account, the account will be frozen by our side and you don't lose your hard-earned money.
Well, I ain't going to lose anyway because it's insured. I guess I don't fully understand what you're saying. I putting my money in a debit card, which has already got I've already got a debit card, but you don't want the number on the card or nothing? Are you going to ask for the number?
No.
You are going to ask?
No.
You're not. So what?
No.
Why? So what? There's got to be some kind of benefit to y'all on this. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Yes, let me tell you what is the benefit for us. First of all, I'm not telling you that you need to convert into your debit card. There is a temporary debit card, temporary cards which you can purchase it from the Walmart and Target. Second of all, once your account will be suspended, all these accounts will be getting suspended. You have only saved your funds. But the rest of 11 accounts, we will froze it. Whatever money we found from those 11 accounts, we will directly take it. That is the reason.
So hold on. Okay. Once I get the debit cards, I guess I'm trying to figure out what it is. Once I get them, then what am I supposed to do after that? Just put them in my wallet and use them?
Put it into your wallet, use it, or else tomorrow once you receive your new social security number, you can again open a new account with your new social security number and you can again transfer these funds into your account. Simple.
Well, I thought you might ask me for safekeeping or something. I take the debit card and you keep them for a while, and then you give them back to me or something like that. Is that what you do?
Correct.
Oh, so you do keep the cards? Is that right?
Not we. Officer, whoever coming to your doorstep might be check the cards that you have valid cards or not.
I see. This is a really crazy story you're telling me. I have to tell you, that is the craziest thing I ever heard. I don't know who wrote your script, but you must really think I'm pretty stupid. I tell you, I got a brother who does this stuff a lot. He puts up people to call me and play a prank on me, and then he gets me going, and I'm getting all upset about it, and then they laugh at me, and I'm laughing, and I tell you, he does this to me probably every day. And so I think my brother, I think he's on to something. How much did he pay you to do this? Because the government wouldn't do anything like what you're talking about. Good grief. I'd be awfully stupid to believe that whole story. So how much did my brother pay you to do this, to make this call? He always pays someone. Gives him $100 or something. Do you pay you $100 to do this? Hello?
Sorry?
Did my brother pay you $100 to give me a call? He always plays these phone call pranks on me, and every single time he does it, I fall for it. And I know this is one of his pranks because he's done something like this. He did something like this a couple of weeks ago, and I fell for it then. I almost fell for it now. It's funny. It was funny the first time, but I think I got to tell him he's got to come up with a new prank, because that script that he wrote, he's not a good writer, and I know he must have come up with that cockamamie story, because that sounds like something he would have written. If I were you, I'd ask him for a little more money, because he paid you. He didn't pay you enough for such a stupid story. He should have paid you $500 for that one. Okay. I mean, where did you guys meet anyway? How'd you meet my brother? I'm always interested in knowing where he comes up with these people. How'd you meet him?
To meet who?
My brother. He had to meet you in order to come up with this crazy story about I'm surprised you didn't tell me something about my black Toyota. I didn't hear that one yet. Last time he got someone to do this for him, they told me I had a black Toyota and it was stolen. They found blood and drugs in it, and then I lost it at that point. I thought that was too funny, especially when they said it was like 22 pounds of cocaine. They don't measure cocaine by pounds; it's by kilos. I tell you.
So may I know the person name that you receive a call?
No, I don't know who it was. It's just my brother. He gets these people to call me, and then of course I do the same thing to him. What I didn't tell you is I'm going to do something like this to him. I think I'm going to do an IRS prank, because he's always afraid of the IRS. I think I'm going to find someone to call him and say, I'm from the IRS and you owe $3,000. And I'm going to get him so scared. I'm going to have so much fun. Do you know anyone who might be willing? Would you be willing to do that for me? I'll give you $500 if you call him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, what's your number? I'll call you and I can wire but you don't get paid until after you do it. I got to go to dinner pretty soon, but if you want to give me your number, I can call you and we can arrange for details on doing this Social Security or the IRS scam on my brother. We want to get him good, because he's always getting me. What's your number? How can I reach you?
In this phone number, you can reach me, or first of all, you can give us an advance so that we can do this for you.
Okay, that sounds really good. I'll pay you $500 if you can get him to the point where he goes to the store and he gets some gift cards. Make sure he gets some gift cards, because we all know government never takes gift cards, but he's so dumb sometimes he'd fall for it. So I don't want him to really get the gift cards, but that's when I want you to say, "You've been scammed." Oh, I tell you, we're gonna have so much fun. He doesn't know what he's gonna get after and he has it coming, don't you think? After he paid you, I'm gonna get you to get him.
Okay, sure. So just provide me the number.
Oh, I don't. He's changed his number. I'm gonna have to. I can't. I don't know where it is right now, but I'm gonna talk to him tonight. He's gonna call me because he just changed his number. Did interestingly. So he did. I think he did it on purpose because he knew I was gonna get him for this. So I'm gonna find. When he calls me, I'll find out his number and I'll just call you back. I mean, when are you off work?
I'm ready whenever you have the time.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I'll give you a call probably in a couple hours because he's going to give me a call. He's going to ask. I know what he's going to do. He's going to ask me if I went to the Target store and got some debit cards or something. That's what he always does, and then I'm going to let him have it, and then I'll just act real funny about it, and I'll say I'm done with these practical jokes. I'm done with them things. Yeah, I tell him that all the time. He never believes me.
Sure.
But anyway, I'll call you in about 2 hours, and I'll get you his number, and I'll tell you once you call him, I'll arrange to have the money wired to you. Does that sound pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, well, thank you for calling. I really enjoyed talking to you. It's really, you really had me going. I like a good practical joke. I'm glad you all got a sense of humor over there, whoever you are. I don't know who. But anyway, what kind of work do you really do?
Sorry?
What kind of work do you really do?
7 to 4.
I don't understand. What's that?
From 7. Morning 7.
Oh no! I meant what kind of work do you really do? I know you're not really a lawyer. you almost had me going there. But what kind of work do you really do?
Like as you have the idea that we are from D.E.A department as we pretend.
Yeah, but so you don't really do that though. I mean, what's your real job? I mean, everyone has to have a real job.
Yes, this is the real job.
So are you a scammer?
Yeah.
I knew you were a scammer. Now,
yes,
do you realize some people kill themselves because they lose their life savings because of things that you do? Do you realize that?
But we never do that kind of big scam.
Oh, it's
if someone have we can say 3,000, then we only take 1,500. Not the whole amount.
So that makes
not the whole savings.
So you're saying that makes it okay?
Yeah.
Makes it that you're still stealing money though. That doesn't bother you that you're taking something that doesn't belong to you?
But this is our job that we can do.
That's not a job. That's a criminal operation. So you're committing a crime. You realize that. It's a crime, and you can get arrested and sent to prison. Of course, I realize in India they have a corrupt law enforcement, but I don't understand why you guys do this. I mean,
no, but the thing is that we never do this with the old people or who is disabled or they don't have the money, like kind of 1,500 or 1,000. We never do that.
Well, it doesn't matter.
We always do.
You're still now. This isn't the guy I was talking to earlier. Did he give up and give the phone back to you?
Yes.
He didn't want to talk to me, huh? Because he knew I had his number, didn't he? He knew I.
Yeah.
These guys you work with, they're horrible people. They're not good people. And if you think they are, you're deceiving yourself. You're lying to yourself. And I don't understand why. Does your mom and dad know what you're doing?
No, they never know that.
Well, what would they think if they knew?
Because this is not for the permanent that we do. We do this for 2-3 months. That's it.
I think it's terrible. It's despicable, actually, to be honest. It's a terrible thing you're doing. You're stealing something. I mean, how would you like it if I broke into your house and let's say you have $3,000 somewhere hidden in your house, so you're going to buy something you've been saving for. You have $3,000 in your house. I come in, I take $1,500 because I didn't want to take the whole $3,000. I took $1,500. How would you feel?
Then I can only do one thing. Like I can do report. That's it.
You can only do report. What do you mean?
report to the nearest police station because it's not on my hand that I can do something.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is I didn't ask you about that. I was asking how you would feel. Well, how would that make you feel if you lost $1,500 out of the $3,000 you had in your house? If I went in and just took your money, and I left $1,500 because I thought, well, it's okay that I take $1,500. I'm not taking all of it.
So it's on my destiny. That's all I can say. Because even we also suffer from this kind of scam every day-to-day life.
But that doesn't mean it's right for you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Have I talked to you before?
Of course.
Have I talked to you?
Yes, of course.
I have.
Yes.
And I lectured you before, and
Yeah.
you promised you were going to quit, and you didn't. Right?
No. I'm not that kind of person that you talked earlier. I'm the person that you, on the first moment.
No, I
talked with
meant
me.
earlier, like a few weeks back or a few months back. I talked to somebody. Your voice sounds familiar. And
No, but yeah, I know that, but I'm not that person.
okay. Well, I think what you do you believe in God?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Well, if you believe in God, do you think God wants you to do what you're doing?
No, but the thing is that the whole world, like we can say, that kind of scam. Everyone is doing scam. Like kind of small, big.
So you're saying because everybody does it, that makes it okay.
Even like a small example is that even the Donald Trump is doing scam to the whole United States.
Okay.
Is that correct?
I'm not going to get into politics because this is not about Donald Trump. This is about you. And whether, if Donald Trump is doing something wrong, he has got to answer to God for what he's doing if he's doing something wrong. I'm not going to comment. I have no opinion on that one way or the other, but I'm just going to say, if you're assuming that and you're saying it's okay, it's not okay. It's not okay because somebody else does something wrong that you do the same thing. There are good people who would never think about stealing money, no matter how poor they are or how miserable they are. They would have a conscience. But do you not have a guilty conscience for what you do?
Mm-hmm. But we are doing this not for the whole time or whole life.
Doesn't matter.
This for like 2-3 months. That's it.
Doesn't matter. You're still doing it. You're doing something wrong, and you've got that on your conscience the rest of your life. Now, do you think God would approve of this? I mean, really, would God approve of you stealing money from an innocent person?
As I told you, we are not doing from any innocent person.
They are. Well, you are because you tried to steal from me. That guy. I mean, I know what he was going to have me do. I already know this scam backward and forward. And
yes, correct.
So he was going to. I'm an innocent person. I haven't done anything wrong. He shouldn't steal from me. I'm innocent. But see, I wouldn't let him do it because I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So you somewhere along the line, you know what it means to rationalize? You know what that means? Rationalize? It means what?
No.
Or if you rationalize, it means you give an excuse for doing something wrong. You're saying, well, it's okay because everyone else does it. That's a rationalization, but it doesn't make it right. I mean, if I killed your mother, and I said, well, I only kill people three months out of the year. I only, kill a couple of people 3 months out of the year. That doesn't make it right. Everyone else is killing, but this still doesn't make it right. So, wrong is wrong and right is right. And if you believe in God,
yes, correct.
So you're giving me excuses for working someplace for 3 months, and it's not a job. It's a criminal operation. You're stealing money. The people you're stealing it from they don't know. Some of them, I admit, some of them are probably kind of stupid. They believe what they hear. But most of them won't because you all have you and that other guy especially had a horrible accent. He had a very I don't know how any American would have ever believed he was truly a lawyer.
So whose accent is better, mine or the previous one?
You both have accents. You both do. His is the absolute worst, though. He's one of the worst I've heard.
He's absolute worst.
I'd say he's the absolute worst that I've heard. Not the absolute worst, but he's one of the worst. He has a. I mean, if anyone believes him, they're really pretty stupid. He's not cut out for this.
Understand.
He needs to go to real law school to become a real lawyer.
Real law school. I'm going to tell him all the
I don't
all
care.
the things that you're telling me
Yeah,
right
you
now.
should. But see, if you're laughing about it, that means you're still going to steal more money. You're not entitled to that money.
Nope. This is my last month. That's the reason.
Yeah, your last month, and you're going to do it again in another. But you've got that on your conscience.
No. Then I'm going for further studies.
So you probably believe in karma, right?
Yes, I believe in karma.
Okay.
That's the reason I'm ready for the consequences.
Well, you may have some very serious consequences at some point. Somebody will steal from you.
Yes, and I'm ready for that.
But then why are you doing this? Why don't you turn from it and do something right? See, you could be doing something to help your fellow human beings. Instead, you're hurting.
What I'm going to do, I'm going for the good thing as well. In future, I'm going to do some good things.
Well, maybe, but if you have no guilty conscience for what you're doing now, if you think it's okay, there's nothing that would stop you from doing something bad in the future. Same kind of thing, because you say, well, I got away with that, then I can get away with something else. Our heart becomes hardened by what we do wrong, and we reach a point where nothing bothers us anymore. We don't care who we hurt because our consciences are hardened. And I think you're headed in that direction if you haven't already gone there already. So I can preach to you till I'm blue in the face. It's not going to make any difference. You've got your mind made up, but it's sad because you're stealing from people. Any way you look at it, whether you're stealing $1,500 instead of $3,000, you're still stealing. It's not yours. You did not earn that money.
Of course. I admit.
Well, why are you doing it?
Because we don't have any path or any direction that we can do something else.
Well, what you got to do, you got to knock on doors. Every door to you, and see. And I'm not a preacher, and I asked you about God. I wasn't going to give you any kind of message about that, but in my life, I was in a bad situation a few years ago, and I had to trust God to help me through it, and He took care of me. I lost a really good job that I'd had, and the economy was terrible. I couldn't get a full-time job, so I ended up working anywhere from 3 to 5 part-time jobs just to pay the bills. But I did it. So I don't know what's available for you, but maybe the economy's bad. But if you knock on enough doors, if you show them what you can do for them, they'll hire you. But I wouldn't tell them I work for a scam call operation because they would never trust you. That's the other thing. How important is your reputation?
Very much.
Well, if you lose your reputation, it's almost impossible to get it back.
Yeah.
And that's something that you should cherish. You should love with all your heart, and you should take care of. And all you have to do is become a criminal and get a reputation. People are going to say, "I wouldn't trust that guy with a 10-foot pole because he did this and this and this." Even if you've stopped doing it, you're still going to have that reputation. Maybe you have to prove that you've reformed. But you've got to, and if your parents don't know you're doing this, I think they would be heartsick. I think they would they'd weep a lot. They'd cry a lot if they knew you were doing this. I don't know how close you are with your parents, but I mean, you've got to decide. If you believe in God, you've got to decide, am I going to do what's right, no matter what the cost? Or am I going to steal from people and ruin my life and others as well? You're not helping anybody. You're not even helping yourself, really. In the long run, you're not. So, like I said, I could preach to you till I'm blue in the face, but I don't think you're really that open to what I have to say. I think you've pretty much decided this is what I'm going to do, and I'll give it up in a couple months. Hopefully, no one will arrest you. They have had a few raids, not very many, but I've heard of some raids on these call centers. So.
Yes, that's the reason. I have already decided all the things. That's the reason. Like I have only a month or maybe max of couple of months.
Well, what do you do? What happens then if they raid your place before that 2 months is out? Have you thought of that?
Maybe it's not possible, but if it is, then I don't have any idea that what we can do.
Well, I think what I was starting to tell you about my situation is I have to ask God to help me. because if I don't ask him, he won't help me.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you are, what kind of faith you have, what your religion is, but you need to ask. You need to do what's right, do the right thing, and you know what the right thing is. But if you have a hardened conscience, what do you think the right thing?
That's correct.
If you were to do the right thing, right now, what would it be?
As I totally told you that I already decide all the things that I have to do.
Well, you may not get to do them. You're not even guaranteed tomorrow. Do you realize that? Something could happen to you. You could get sick, or you could die. So we don't know how long we have to live in this life.
Yeah.
Now's the time to do it. Don't wait 2 months. You could die before that 2 months is up. And then you're going to have to face God and explain it all to Him.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, I'm really surprised you've been listening to me go on and on about this, but I find it very sad that you're so willing to steal. I'll just do it for a couple of months, then I'm going to stop. People don't do that. It's like let's say I was an addicted smoker. I could say, well, I'm going to quit smoking 2 months down the road. Well, 2 months occur, and hey, I'm still addicted. And I keep smoking. It's the time to make a decision is right away. If you want to quit, you need to quit and stop playing. You're playing a game with yourself. So, my guess is you're going to be thinking long and hard about this now. Whether or not you make a decision that's right, I don't know. But you're probably going to be thinking about the things I said. If you have any conscience at all, which I'm not sure that you do, because I think your conscience is already hardening. If it's not already there yet, I don't know. But personally, I'd rather have a conscience. And the other thing is, you may not realize this, but when you help somebody else, then instead of hurt somebody, because you're hurting people, you're not helping anybody. You're not even helping you. But if you help somebody else, you're also helping you. It's kind of a spiritual law. If you give to somebody, you'll get it. You'll get it returned. I mean, it's always. I had to learn that the hard way. It's like you can't outgive God. God gives me certain things, and I give a lot of stuff to different places and charities or whatever, and then I get more stuff because I'm not expecting it. It just happens. So you're hurting people. You need to think about helping people. What can I do to help somebody and stop this crap? Because it's crap. You're in a hellhole right now. You don't realize it, but you're in a hellhole. And if you don't make a quick decision, something bad could happen. I would hate to think that your whole life will be ruined because of this 2 months that you decide to stay.
Totally.
So you need to think about it. I'm not in the mood to. I've talked with several scammers in the past, and I've given these long lectures. Sometimes I've been very forceful. I guess maybe I'm too tired to be forceful right now. I sometimes think the only way to really talk to them is to really get forceful, but I just don't have the urge to do that right now. I just want to tell you this is the way it is, and you know it. And maybe there's a reason why I'm talking to you now. Maybe there's a spiritual reason why I'm talking to you. I don't know. I'm not so arrogant to think that I'm God's chosen messenger. I don't know anything about that, but you need to really think about it. Think who you're hurting, because everything we do in life has a ripple effect. I don't know if you knew that, but everything you do, like if you steal $1,500, let's say the person had $3,000 in his checking account, and he was going to use it to buy his wife some kind of beautiful present. And you took $1,500 from him. He's only got $1,500 left. He can't buy that present. He gets upset. He's so upset that he gets mad at his wife, takes it out on her, maybe not on purpose, but he's upset. Well, then she gets upset. And she does something she may take it out on somebody else, and it's a ripple effect. On the other hand, if you do something good for somebody and you make them feel good, that makes them feel good. They may do something good for somebody else, and there's that ripple effect too. So what you're doing is not just isolated. You can steal $1,500. You could have stolen whatever money, however much you thought you were going to get from me. You could have stolen it from me today if I'd let you. But there would have been a ripple effect, and it wouldn't have done you any good. Not in the long run. So you think about it. I don't know. I'm surprised you've even listened to me this long.